but I think this is actually pretty good content for solar because we're talking about the whole like battery situations. They're a little bit more expensive.
How does it all work, right?
How does it work? Some people like it depends on your goal. Like, why do you want to go solar in the first place? Do you want to just save money?
Right.
What you want a quicker ROI, or do you care about hurricanes or whatever and being out with electricity and have to pay $1,000 in gas a week with the Generac? So,
Right.
so we were looking at your bill. When did you install with me, by the way? Was that like a year or two ago, or I'm trying to remember, maybe a year ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, so 2 years ago, yeah. So we were looking at because you got the 2 batteries and that whole story. Just real quick, Regina, just share the story real quick.
We've had 3 hurricanes out here since then. See?
3 hurricanes. Just share me the story real quick of how you were saying how like a bunch of people, even like you helped them out because their food was gonna get spoiled, and then
yeah, sure. I've had other people staying at my house because as a matter of fact, I went and bought another little air conditioner, window air conditioner, because I realized that I have another person there's always going to be somebody who's got a problem, and then they're going to come stay at my house.
Wow.
And so it's going to be not just me with a little window air conditioner in my bedroom. I got to cool the living area or something, right? So I had to change my strategy around air conditioning in the house.
Wow.
I found out it's not just me in the house usually. There's always somebody else going to end up coming.
Okay. Tell me that story about that I think is your friend. She owns a Generac. Just tell me real quick, because I think that is like in your
She has one of those big $20,000 Generac systems that does whole house power, right? Will power
the full house backup. Yeah.
Yep. And so when we had to storm out for a week, she had power, but she had $600,000 in gas.
$1,000 a week in gas. Well, you didn't have to pay that because you already had the solar batteries.
She was about $1,000 for each week.
Right. So it's kind of like so, and I'm gonna sum this up because you got stuff to do. I'm gonna start doing these live calls and everything. This is what I was trying to get at. So like you were saying in the beginning, it really depends on the ultimate goal of why someone is first interested in going solar. So in your case, you rather have more comfort, more peace of mind in case of hurricanes, and because you're in a place that doesn't have many reliable grids or kind of far off from the main cities. So I'm
out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm on dirt roads. Farms,
yeah.
I know if there's an outage, it's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while till you get your energy back. So your priority is you rather even pay a little bit more than what you're currently paying now, but make sure that you're going to have electricity. So in your case, total, because you have the 2 batteries and you're able to have backup during hurricanes while most of your neighbors didn't have it, we got to the conclusion that total, like if you would have just not gone solar,
I want to be able to be off grid if I have to, right? I mean, ideally. Right?
Exactly.
And if I could afford it, I would have had the 3rd battery and more solar panels.
And that's what's really interesting, how you said you got like a backup Generac, because this is what most of my clients who have solar batteries do. They first deplete the solar batteries after and in some cases it won't deplete because it's going to depend on the amount of the battery sizing that you have, obviously. So if they have a full house battery, if they have 2
I just minimize my electric use during when I'm off grid like that.
Exactly.
And I don't run that whole house air conditioner. I just have a window air conditioner going, and that's fine. But it's cooler than otherwise, right? Because these storms come in the middle of the summer when it's 95 degrees out. So.
Yeah, super hot and everything, and people are like dying. They're like, I need the AC. Oh my gosh.
So I minimize my use of electricity. I unplug all the extra televisions and junk like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm and so because that really makes a big difference, unplugging all those things.
And you didn't even have to use the Generac, or did you get that after the last hurricane?
I never used it.
Perfect.
As a matter of fact, I had to siphon the gas out of it.
Wow. You didn't even have to use it. Wow. Yeah. So that's that's what I would say is like the perfect combo for like apocalyptic scenarios and stuff. Like you just never know. Is have the solar batteries, and then in the event it runs out, you have the Generac, and then you can spend the $500 or $1,000 a month in gas if it's needed.
I have a couple of those solar generators too that I bought when I was in the condo, and I couldn't have a solar system or a Generac or anything, so I had solar generators.
Wow.
So I still have them.
So this is the conclusion that I wanted to come here to this conversation. So.
But yes, my mentality is the apocalyptic thing.
Yeah. No, and you're right, because you don't know if
once or a year. What if the grid goes down?
What if Russia attacks with those EMP bombs and then everyone's out and everything, and then you know what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about EMPs, because if we have an
Let's
EMP?
not talk about EMPs. Let's not talk about EMPs. But if we do talk about EMPs, Regina, we have to become business partners and create some Faraday systems for solar systems. Faraday solar systems.
Yeah. I need a Faraday cage for my little inverter.
We need Faraday cages ASAP, and we're gonna sell them on Amazon. We need that ASAP.
Right.
We got to create that proprietary rights there.
Faraday.
Yeah, microinverter and string inverter Faraday solar system packages. Anyways, so what I was getting to, you're paying currently more than if you would have not gone solar because you just got solar like about a year or so ago, and you're unfortunately in a situation where, and this really sucks. Whoever is the, is it still the governor DeSantis in Florida? Was he elected? I think he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so DeSantis, share this video, people. DeSantis, please. It's not fair that there's homeowners that have utility companies such as Duke Energy, FPL, OUC, and they have dollar for dollar, 1-to-1 net metering, which for each kilowatt hour that shoots back to the grid from the excess energy produced from the solar systems, it's not fair that they get dollar for dollar of whatever they're getting charged. But homeowners like Regina, what's the name of your utility company? It's a co-op, right?
Yeah, Tri-County Co-op.
Tri-County Co-op and other co-ops like in Jacksonville, and they're getting it at avoided cost where they're not getting credits back. It's like if they're charging 20 cents, they're getting 2 cents back.
I am getting credits back, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it back at a wholesale price.
It's like avoided cost essentially. You're not getting dollar for dollar, right? That's for sure.
No, I'm not.
Right.
No, I'm getting like 20 or 30 cents on the dollar.
So that's another added benefit for people who are in co-ops and don't get qualified for net metering with solar batteries. Not only the fact that you'll have electricity when the grid goes out, because if you have solar panels without solar batteries, if the grid goes out, you're not going to have lights because you are still grid tied, because all you're doing is you're feeding the excess energy from the solar panels produced for nighttime when there's no sun, and then they'll give it back to you. But if the grid is out, guess what? Your lights out. So that's the main benefit, is more of like a peace of mind situation. And also, so that's the number one for batteries, is the peace of mind of you still having electricity in the event. That's why people tend to pay a little bit more. But the second added value is for people like Regina with co-ops. You don't want to put a single kilowatt hour of excess energy produced from your solar system into the grid. So that's where batteries also come in. You're going to be storing that energy into the existing battery systems, if that makes sense.
Well, I do sell back to the grid. Yeah, I do definitely generate enough to go back to the grid, but I get some that goes back to the grid. But like I said, it's not dollar for dollar.
It's not dollar for dollar. So
that's why I'm not saving. That's probably why I'm not saving as much money as you might think.
Well, this is what happens, Regina. Either you add more batteries, so then there is no excess energy being thrown, because the order is this: if you have solar batteries, all of the excess energy will be first stored to the battery, and then whatever it can.
You're talking about adding an extra battery, because my batteries are full almost all the time.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the only way, like if you are overproducing and it's overcharging more than your current battery system's capacity, that excess energy is going back to the grid. So I would say a way that you can increase, getting more batteries will allow you to avoid throwing any kilowatt hour back, because they're not paying you dollar for dollar, if that makes sense. So our goal, we're going to make money together, and then we're going to get a battery system, in addition to a battery system with power, so you can save more money in the future.
If I had a battery, I could run my whole house air conditioning directly.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much, essentially. So that's the other benefit, if that makes sense. People who have co-ops where it's like a wholesale price or avoided cost type of thing, where it's not dollar for dollar. So if they're charging 20 cents, you're not getting 20 cents, you're getting 4 cents or whatever. You want to typically avoid that. So batteries are also the solution to that, if that makes sense. So all of your neighbors, that's what you're going to be explaining to people is, number one, obviously, when I had a power outage, when our neighborhood had a power outage, guess what? I was the one with electricity. I saved a bunch of people's food. They stayed at my house with the AC and whatever and such and such. And they at least had Wi-Fi and lights and whatever. And the other benefit is, well, if you're in a co-op utility company region, well, you don't want to put a single kilowatt hour back into the grid from excess energy. That's when batteries come in. So does that make sense? Okay. So what I want to summarize is this. If you, and this is just speculation because we're not looking at your exact utility bill, but we're rounding that you would have a $230 bill average if you wouldn't have solar or anything. But it's a $230 a month bill that you're just 100% interest, you're literally donating 100% of that to your utility company because you're renting. You're not paying off a system at all, regardless of the interest and anything like that. So right now, with everything, you're paying around $430 with the full with the 2 battery backups. And I would recommend in the future, once we get a couple of more projects going on, that's something that we can look into the future to really avoid your co-op not to get anything else. Now, historically, it has been a 20 to 30% rate increase, in some cases 40% a year in Florida for utility rate increases. So this is what I want you to really see here. Not only for each payment that you're making, you're building equity into your home, and loans, they do increase the equity 4 to 6% in the value of your home because it's an added value to your property, permanent structure to your dwelling unit. Let's look at if you wouldn't have gotten solar, $230 a month average plus 20%. Are you good at math? I'm not.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at my I go, yeah, my bills run from, what's the average here? My calculation's not going to work for some reason. Bill, what the heck? My spreadsheet, I can't. I'm trying to get an average. But yeah, my bill normally would be anywhere from 170 to like 280 or 300 even one month. And my savings goes anywhere from 100 to 200.
So what would you say, because we're just speculating here, would you say 230 or would you?
Here I'm only seeing I'm seeing a lower savings. I must have changed something.
Okay.
I must have something in my setting that's making me more mistake than I need to. I gotta look at that.
I don't know if I have the past email from when you went solar with us. I might have it because I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, it's in 23. I got to hold on one second. Let me unhide where it is.
Oh, so it was about a year ago, give or take, I would say.
Yeah, February 23.
Okay, so just about a year. So yeah, you're a baby with your solar system. It usually takes a couple of years, especially with batteries, because let me see, Regina.
It'll be 2 years in March. That was my first month.
Yeah, Regina.
March 2023.
Let me see if I can find.
That first year, what I was saving was anywhere from 152 to 297 even, right? No, that's the bill. From 100 to 197. So I was saving a lot. Most months, 150, 175, 190, stuff like that. And one month was low. And then all of a sudden, I'm only saving 90, 100, 80, 40 even. So it's like, what the heck? I changed something in my profile, I think, that made me not. Oh, 1 month I didn't save very much because I didn't have very much because we were down or something. But yeah. What's
crazier is how the original the competitor at that time for 2 batteries. I'll send this to you later because it's the same system that I gave you, essentially what they're offering in that sense.
82 was going to charge me
$80,000, Regina. How much did we were able to give you for the 2 batteries and everything?
$50,000.
So we were $30,000 less.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So we beat competition by $30,000. Same exact 2 batteries and everything, which is insane.
Yep.
This was initially so you signed with them, that was in 2022, and then you installed it was like in February of 2023.
No, okay. Before you ever quote that to anybody, I'm going to go back and double check those numbers, but that's my memory. That's my recollection.
Okay.
Like 80,000.
No, I'll forward you. I'm looking at the contract you sent me from the other company. I'll forward it to your email. I'm literally looking at it right now. I'm trying to see. Yeah, hold on one second.
But they gave me different options on different systems, too,
right?
So I want to be sure that I'm comparing apples and apples and not, remembering.
I'll send this all to you later, but yeah, it's pretty much in that scenario, it was 2 batteries, but they were offering like 6 panels more. Not a huge difference, but it was a $30,000 difference in 6 panels. With all due respect, not a big. Yeah,
right.
Maybe $5,000. I don't know, depending on the panel, obviously. Okay. So let me just summarize this because we got to go. I got to start reaching out to homeowners.
When my kilowatt usage went really high, then I seem to save less money.
Because there's the peak rates and the differences and everything.
It's got to be something like that.
Something like that from the co-op. Okay, so check this out. if you wouldn't have gotten solar with the batteries, you wouldn't have home backup. You'd probably be having to spend $1,000 just in gas, the Generac, and everything. Now get this. Let's assume that you're a co-op, assuming that they're at avoided cost, and the average has been around 25% in the last 5 years. Florida utility company rate increases. 20% of $230 is $46 more. So next year, based on the average rate increases, you're already going to be paying $276. But guess what? All of these are rental payments. You're not getting a penny back. You're not paying anything off because it's when you're with a utility company, it's a never ending and always increasing bill, basically. So now we go to year 2. So let's say this is the 2025 new average.
That's $80. That's 120.
So for 2026, let's do this again. And I'm lowballing this because it's probably higher than 20%, but we'll see. I'll see the exact numbers when we do the energy audit. So let's do it again. 276 times, so what's 20% of 276? $55 more plus 276. Your new average, not going solar, is, I'm trying to find out like how many years until you're literally like break even in that sense. But break even relative to what you would be paying, but you already put all that equity from the solar payments relative to, if that makes sense. I think 3 years. So by 2027, and we're going to pay this off, right, Regina? I think that by 2025, we're going to fully pay this off together. Just with referrals. Yeah.
If I start selling solar, I'm going to buy myself a new lawnmower.
That's what I'm get the lawnmower and then pay off the system and then have,
I want a new zero turn.
There you go.
I want that $7,000 zero turn.
There you go. So pay that off first and then worry about, paying off the solar, and then it's virtually free energy from there. But we're on the purpose. We're on a mission because it's very rare finding true professionals. And it's not just a solar company, which we're with the best. It's being with sales professionals that are ethical, honest, with Christian values, that really care about people. Because we were talking about this earlier, the amount of lies, right? The tax credit. Oh, the government's going to send you a check. That's a lie. The government will not send you a check. There is no state incentive. It's a federal solar tax credit, and that's only based on your tax liabilities. Out of 10 homeowners that I asked, seven say that the sales rep or the solar company lied to them about that. I'm like, oh, there you go. Oh, how do we cancel? How do we go?
So let me ask you, on this leasing thing, do you make money selling a lease?
Yeah, we do. We do have standard, commissions and margins with the leases. Not a huge difference there. The lease is what's going to depend if it's good for the homeowners on their situation. So like I was explaining earlier, if
like my friend Shelly would be better off buying it. But some of these people that I know out here that are coming on the food line and stuff like that, if they could lease a system.
Leasing would be perfect for them. So if they don't have tax liabilities because of like income or other reasons, or maybe they have a business or whatever.
They make $15,000 a year for their whole family or something. It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
I don't know how they can live on what these people make less than $1,000 a month. How can they live on it?
No, that's basically, it's really tough. And maybe, if the only challenge for them is getting them qualified even for a lease. Leases are typically easier than getting loans, of course. But that would be the only challenge, and it's a no-brainer. As long as they get qualified, and as long as they have a good roof and a solar system that's going to produce as much as they're currently renting and so on.
They have to have a good. They have to have a good enough roof. Forget the mobile homes. There's a lot of mobile homes out here, but there's a lot of people in farms that have older homes, but their homes are good. They don't. The reason they can live on $1,000 a month is because they don't have a mortgage anymore. They're living in the house that they've been in their family for 50 years.
Exactly. So Regina, I already think from last year, you probably already had a rate increase if I'm looking at the past proposals here, but check this out. Yeah, I think so, because before it was like 180. Now it's like around 230. So there was already.
I'm looking at my spreadsheet, and I think there's something wrong in the way I'm calculating things for this year.
We'll calculate it more accurately, but check this out. Just based on the numbers that you shared with me, 2025, based on the 20% rate increase, it's going to be 276 of money you're throwing away because you're renting from them. So 2025 will be 276 average. 2026 will be 331 average. Another 20%. 20% of 331. So by 2027, based on the 20% rate increase, that's $66 more plus 331. Guess what? By 2027, it's already going to be at 397. If you assume to just keep making the normal payments, but the goal together here is we're going to pay it off, and then the ROI will increase even faster, obviously, because the more you amortize it, Were you able to get the tax credit or a percentage of it, or how'd that go?
Well, I am getting the tax credit, but I decided not to put it on the loan.
And that's a great option. Yeah.
I decided to keep the payment higher, and I'm using it as I'm using it to not pay taxes each year.
Yep. And that's the option. Yeah. And that's why, because obviously the solar company, their interest is that you give them money sooner. That's why they do that thing that I explained to you earlier that most sales reps also don't talk about. Like the first 17 months is this much. And then if you don't give the tax credit, then they re-amortize it.
$431 a month or something.
Yeah. So that's what solar companies do, because they're trying to brainwash you, or not brainwash you, but they're trying to convince you, hey, give us that tax credit deduction money, man. It's like, but you have the option of keeping it, the deduction. Yeah.
Because I can spread that over 5 years and not pay taxes for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. And now,
exactly.
Rather than paying taxes each year.
Exactly.
So I don't pay taxes.
So, and you do have up to 5 years to claim it. Yeah. So, if it's like, oh, I have, I don't know, $17,000 of tax credit deduction, which is 30% of the solar system, up to 5 years.
It allows me to take money out of my IRA without paying the taxes on it.
Exactly. So Regina, that's basically what I wanted to share with you. Every single year when there's hurricanes and power outages, you're gonna, your neighbors are gonna be seeing that. They're gonna be grateful for your help, because they'll be without electricity or paying $1,000 a week while you're not. It's time to share this to people. This is incredibly beneficial, and we have a purpose to save people from unethical shoe salesmen or unethical solar companies. That's what we got to think about, is serving others.
And ADT lied to me too. They told me that I could claim the tax in 2022. They told me I could claim the tax in 2022, even though it wasn't installed until.
Nope. Yep. So
that's true.
It's not. Yeah. And remember all of those things. Remember, I asked you all of those questions to qualify to see what ADT was telling you.
Yep.
And I not only debunked all of the lies that they told you, the sales reps in the company and whatever, and what they trained the sales managers. I've shown you the proof. Like, here's the link to this. Here's the IRS link to this. Here's that. So we're on a mission, Regina. God bless you. Whenever you're interested, let's start getting some appointments. And this is what I would recommend.
Between a little bit tonight and tomorrow, I have some other things I need to do, but obviously I got busy plans, but I am going to go through whatever you've got out there, and I'll be and if you're going to do a call and you're going to be online or something, I'm going to watch.
Well, I'm live right now. I just felt like this would be the perfect opportunity to already start educating people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so follow me, because we're just getting this started at SolarFi. I added this live transmission to our Telegram group. I'm gonna send you the leads, and then you have the script. And whenever you feel motivated and you have some time, I'm gonna be here like I don't know how many hours a day. I'm gonna be here all the time, and let's do miracles in Jesus' name. And God's gonna do miracles. We're gonna have a extraordinary 2025 in His name. I don't know who's calling me. Somebody's calling me.
Okay.
God bless you. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Bye-bye. What's going on here? Someone's calling me here. Okay, guys. So basically, one second. I need to figure out who was calling me. All right. So let's start with the calls. I'm going to wait for a couple of people here to join. Let me see. Okay, cool. So basically, round 2, here we come. Go get them, Tiger. Let me call you real quick, Dom. Let's get it, Dom. Let me call you up real quick. So Dom's already live. All right. So if you're getting into this live right now, we're going to be basically doing an appointment setting for solar. If you're interested in joining my team or just doing it with us for some motivation, some inspiration, education, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and send me a message, Eric Brickus at Instagram or whatever. I have my phone number all over the place. I'll leave it in the description. So, yo, what's up, man? Oh, hold on. I think I have to. So if you're interested in joining the team, making calls with us, let's make it happen. I'm going to be recording these for training purposes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So I'm in 01. Dun, 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 dun. Let me just call Jonathan real quick.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
All right, guys. So December 19th.
Hi, this is Jonathan.
Jonathan, how you doing?
Hey, who is this?
Hey, this is Eric. We exchanged some text messages.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Cool. Thanks for calling, man.
Yo, man, just FYI, we're in a live transmission. I literally just started this from yesterday. Basically, it's a way to motivate me and some team guys to make solar appointments and stuff.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah.
So you gotta take something right now, or?
Yeah, I got so many leads. I gotta call them pretty much. And yeah, dude, your video was phenomenal, man. I don't know if you have some time to chat and do some training and stuff, and maybe close some deals together, man. Because I'm pretty much setting up a team, and I got all these leads, and I decided to go 100% focus back into solar. And I tested many different companies, have a lot of experience in solar, but yeah, Powur for sure. They just have great leadership, and so. Everything that was negative, they improved it. And so I'm excited, man. I got the Powur Pro thing going on and trying to understand how it works with the appointment setting thing. So people can, let me just understand this. The reason why I got Powur Pro, is it true? So like, cause I'm brand new to the Powur Pro program to help appointment setters.
Sure.
If I put someone as a seated appointment setter, does Powur really pay them after site survey with the Powur Pro, or how does that work?
Correct. Yeah, they're entitled to M1 pay as well.
Ooh.
So they're entitled to the same pay structure as a seller.
Wow.
Without having to pay any monthly subscription, which is nice. That's what I've been focused on mostly in the past 4 or 5 months since they launched that program.
Yeah.
I do still have closers as well, but especially in the California market, unless you're an experienced year plus solar person, closing solar deals is not as easy as it used to be. So
yeah.
I don't really push for that, and I'm not really actively looking for closers a whole lot. I'm mostly looking for setters myself.
Nice.
But yeah, I do have a team of pretty competent closers, and yeah, I'm always open to hear opportunities. And yeah, I checked out your 3 different social platforms, looked you up, and yeah, man, you got a crazy Instagram following. Did you buy those followers or what, man?
No, so let me tell you my story about those followers. So my wife, she owns a digital marketing agency called Leadify, and basically she did one of the largest online congresses, basically in Brazil, is like an international congress. So she has a massive list. But she became a mom. We have a 4-year-old, and she kind of, I wouldn't say retired, but she kind of stepped down from that. And so she's just about to get back into focus. And then we used one of those accounts, because I'm also a realtor in Florida, basically to essentially set appointments for referral bonuses with for realtors. And then so we were running so many ad strategies, so to get super cheap views and likes and followers and stuff, and just create social proof from there. And then but I'm not in real estate anymore. I'm not active in real estate anyways, but yeah, man. But and you can tell I haven't been posting much as well. So I'm literally just getting back to social media and stuff, to be honest with you. I had a very powerful story of I don't know what your faith is and everything, but we're Christian, and I can say, yeah. So my story is I've generated millions of sales, my wife as well, and everything. And God really wanted to break us down, make us more humble, because the success got to our head basically. And we kind of, we let the pride and the ego. Yeah, I don't know. It just changed us a lot in the bad sense, in the bad way. And so I was also involved with a bunch of addictions that I was able to overcome, smoking, drinking, we're having family problems, almost got a divorce. And a big part of that as well was my gambling addiction. I had a severe gambling addiction. So think about someone who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars and then just losing everything.
Yeah, man, I hear that's common in our industry too. Whenever you get
Really?
$500,000, yeah, all the addictions are very tempting. So
Wow.
I get it.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you ever fasted before, like a spiritual fast.
Yeah, I've done some fasts. It's been a minute, but yeah, I have.
God has been using us to tell people to start fasting. It's so funny because when I tell people the story, they're like, wow, God has been trying to tell me to fast, but every time we'd start, someone would invite me for Chick-fil-A or something to eat and pay my lunch. So
Literally, it's funny. I'm with my son right now. You're on speaker. We literally just went to Chick-fil-A a little bit ago, but
no.
Yeah, we did. I've been talking to my coach probably 3 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, I need to do a fast. I don't know exactly when.
Yeah.
But maybe just a 2 or 3 day fast and do that. It's funny you mention it again. But
wow.
Yeah, it's
really
something that.
And this happened recently, like you talking about the fast?
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks ago. I was
Dude.
talking to my coach about it.
What?
I was like, hey, I think I need to do a fast. It's just
no way, bro.
It's been a while. Yeah. No, so I'm definitely, it's something that I want to do soon, probably in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. It's worth it, bro.
Yeah, just
totally.
It is. Yeah, I've done fasts. The longest one I've ever done was 5 days.
Yeah.
And it kind of broke me down for sure. Definitely a good way to kind of break down the body and then therefore the mind as well.
It's the best thing for the body. We're not even talking about the spiritual benefits, for your health. We were meant to fast because we didn't have supermarkets all over the place back in the day.
Right, exactly.
We had to hunt for food, and we would spend sometimes weeks or many days without food. So it's part of our biology, actually, and science and the corrupt medical academics. They're trying to brainwash us because they want us all dying and sick. I mean, you just look at the FDA and you'll see everything.
Oh yeah, no, I used to be really into biohacking and all that. I've been to 4 different biohacking conferences.
Wow.
State
nootropics, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'll still do nootropics and stuff here and there, but I've been pretty off on the grind lately in terms of working out. I went to the gym yesterday for a couple hours.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a lot of weight, to lose and just have family, kids, business life, and just deprioritize my health. And I've been trying to make some time for that, and fasting is definitely one of those awesome things that kind of resets the body. So
wow, it is.
Yeah.
And it kills all your cancer cells and all that bad stuff. It's usually after the 3rd day. I forgot the scientific term. You're literally eating. Yeah, what's it called?
Autophagy.
Yes, that one. I can't. I always forget it, but that's exactly that. Yeah, you're literally eating away all the brains, the.
It looks like
cancer cells.
Autophagy, but it literally clears it out, and it's called getting rid of senescent cells.
Mm-hmm.
So senescent cells are basically zombie cells that just live beyond their normal, apoptosis, whatever, cell death.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty into the biology of it, but I haven't practiced it in a while. Like I said, I've just been barely doing the gym a couple times a week and doing walking, and I'm at a pretty heavy weight right now. I'm around 280. I'm 6'3".
Wow, bro.
So I should be. I really want to be around the 220s.
Bro, I was kind of like you as well, bro. I'm telling you right now, what helped me. So I'm actually at the moment. So I lost around 40 something pound, 42 pounds, because I'm tracking it in kilos, 23 kilos. I think it's 45, 46 pounds that I've lost in the last year or so. And one of the things that really did it for me, man, and I know it's gonna be super hard to hear this because it's so delicious, but it's the legal cocaine, which is sugar.
Sugar, yeah. Oh no, that's the one, man.
Dude,
I've done, whenever I was at my best shape, I was in ketosis, and I was eating just cruciferous vegetables was pretty much the only carbs that I would ever eat, and maybe a yam or something every now and then. But and I get it. I've done it before, and I've been at that level. I used to be believe it or not, I used to be an elite level cross country athlete. I could run a sub 16-minute 5K.
Wow.
And I could do a 440 mile. So I've been at pretty peak cardiovascular performance, even at this current weight. Recently, at 280 pounds, I ran a 7-minute 45-second mile.
What?
And that was
muscle memory, bro. Muscle memory. So it's gonna be so much easier for you to lose weight, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will be. It's just the consistency, right?
Yeah. I played American football, so that helps because I was an athlete myself, Brazilian, normal soccer, American football, surf and stuff like that. So so it was easier for me to lose a lot of weight, and especially in your, you got all the muscle memory and past athletes, as long as you have the discipline and the motive, right? It all starts with the motive. But yeah, dude, cutting sugar is the best thing that you do. And how do you say it? Stevia or stevia or whatever. It's stevia. I forgot the name.
Yeah,
Dude, stevia is the best. I think it's the healthiest, and you get used to it. And it to me, like, all the desserts are delicious. And fasting, bro. Not only, like, I'm talking about the spiritual fast. So I did recently a 7-day fast, just liquids, so water and teas and some coffee, but nothing else.
Right.
And yeah, the supplements like multivitamins. And that was how, so I had overcome the smoking addiction, drinking addiction, especially when I was making all that money. It got to my head and I started hanging out with like the mafia looking crowd, like those crazy gangster looking Wolf of Wall Street sales guys in real estate and wholesale. And yeah, that was my story. So I was like, all this money, like, yeah, this guy's a beast. Look at all everything. Yeah. So anyways, God got me away from those people because they were kind of corrupting my soul and who I was. And so, yeah, I was able to overcome all that. So first with the drinking, then the smoking. Then I was able to cut sugar because I also had like a really bad weight problem. I'm still in the process, but bro, I lost like over 40 something pounds. So I guess I'm doing okay.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. And then the last addiction, and that to me was what was really messing with my mind after I made all that money, was the gambling addiction, specifically with cryptocurrencies. I lost so much money. And when I did the 7-day fast, it was as if like I prayed to God, okay, let me just recover my money. And I promise I'll leave this forever. And I'll just do what you want me to do and, provide value to people's lives, sell solar and train people and be an evangelist. And I have like a language learning course called Speaking Global and get back to those projects. Because when you have a gambling addiction, you can't really you can't really perform well, if you know what I'm saying, with anything else.
Any addiction will for sure like distract your attention and your focus and your discipline. And
yeah,
so I can totally relate. Yeah, and I've been through those cycles where I get to that high performance mode and I'm just super dialed and everything's clicking and my team's firing and closing deals and I'm managing training and all that. And yeah, I've been through cycles where I'm just kind of smoking or overeating, indulging in sugar, different things like that. But no, it's cool, man. I appreciate you sharing your story. It's very uplifting. It's like, I just got back from a trip with real quick, which video did you watch? I'm curious.
Oh, somebody shared it on the Power Pioneers group. It was like you told a little bit about your winter story, like you were going through, like you couldn't even like walk or get out of bed and stuff, and you had to figure out a way. And it was like,
oh, you saw that
Yeah.
one?
I think Jordan Shaw was there. It was I think it had something to do with ambassador. Yeah, like ambassador training too, like how to get more ambassador appointments and stuff. I think it was that one.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I did that one a few months ago over in Power headquarters. So yeah, that was a good one.
Wow.
We actually just launched a podcast from Tulum, Mexico.
Wow.
Me and Jonathan Bernasso and my co-leader Matthew Crowther.
Yeah.
All three of us are like super veterans in the industry. I actually installed Jonathan Bernasso's family.
Yeah, I recall him saying that. Yeah. That's awesome. You were so much cheaper. I think it was like Solar City or something, like 30,000 overpriced or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been like at a certain level, like in leadership with solar for a while.
Wow,
like,
bro.
12 year now.
That's a blessing, man. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
God bless you.
Now, what we want to do, like this podcast, I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
I really think you'll be uplifted by it. Like, basically, the three of us share this vision of what we want to see for the leadership in the solar industry and what we want to bring in our own way.
Wow.
For growth and development in the industry, and it sounds like you're on a similar path.
Yeah.
So like that's what we're trying to do. Is just it's for me in this next chapter. I feel like of solar, it's all about leadership. That's the path.
Absolutely. John Maxwell, man, he's a great guy who you learn a lot from. But yeah, leadership, absolutely. That's how you grow. I think that's why Powur is doing so well as well. The leadership is so good.
Yeah, I'm a big Maxwell guy, but I actually brought on I've been bringing on some heavy hitters to speak, and I've been getting some traction, like 30, 40, 50 people
Nice.
hopping on our Zoom trainings, but we just did one with Alex Nethercott, who just released a book called Core Leadership. It's a book about, it's basically I think, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's better than Maxwell, because Maxwell's, a legend, but
He's a G, yeah.
it is it's literally the formula for sales management and leadership for the entire industry is what I think it's going to become.
Wow.
And he just released a book. I met him at Door-to-Door Con this year. His name's Alex Nethercott, and check out his book. It's on Audible. He just released it on Audible in October, and then the book released on paperback in I think it was May or June.
Wow.
And he came and did a live training on our Go Green Zoom podcast, and he basically has this formula that I want to teach to every leader really in our space, and have that be like the formula for leadership. He basically talks about, these 4 pillars of leadership, the core 4, which is vision, skill, character, and action.
Wow.
And each of those 4 traits, there's like a 24-question assessment that we actually have you give to all the people that are under your management and leadership, so they can evaluate you as the leader.
Wow.
Right? So you can see, like, truly, like, not just how you think you're leading, but how does your team think you're leading, right? And really evaluate that from a real transparent way.
Wow.
And I just think that's the kind of level of leadership that we all should be aspiring to.
For sure.
Is where we're really developing our ability to, cast a vision, and, enroll people into it, lead with skill in our training and sales leadership, and our character, obviously our integrity, our word, and are we a lazy leader or an action-based leader that leads from the front?
Wow.
And so,
because leader's not a title, right? It's not a title. I mean, you have to earn it to be a true leader. Yeah. That's this type of stuff. That's amazing, bro. We're so aligned. It's unbelievable, man. Like everything you're saying here, I can bro,
feel it.
Yeah. We're like 100% aligned, bro. That's incredible.
100%.
And it was so random because like I didn't know who you were, and I was like, man, I want to get down this ambassador thing, and I randomly like on PowerPoint, hey guys, anyone have any ambassador training? Like, how do you guys go about this? Because this is something that I'm trying to like understand. Is like, what's the best way? Because like I've been sending the ambassador links, and no one freaking signs up for them. I'm getting to a point. It's like, let me like, what do you guys do? Do you manually do it, or do you have some video? Should I record a video? Like, what do I do? Because like no one's signing up to actually do it, so they end up just giving me just the name and phone number like manually. I don't know if that's
Well, let me. I'm going to introduce you to someone after this.
Okay.
So my partner and my mentor and really become a close friend over the past 7 years is a guy named Matthew Crowther.
Yeah.
And I call him affectionately the Matthew Principle. He's a man of God, Christian man.
Hallelujah, brother.
He's his scripture is his lucky number 7, Matthew 7:7, to knock, seek, and
wow, I love that one. I love that verse.
Right? Like that.
Yeah. Knocking shall receive. Yeah. Yeah.
That verse, that's kind of core. It's obviously really what we do even as entrepreneurs, just leaders. But he's the one that taught me the system. He's probably earned 2 or 3 times. I've earned well over 7 figures. He's probably earned close to $4 million off of referrals.
What?
And I would say so me.
Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be open. I love this verse, man. Beautiful.
So that's the verse. He's my partner in business.
Yeah.
And so me and him are co-leading Go Green. He's out in Fort Lauderdale. He just relocated to Fort Lauderdale, and we've got a pretty awesome team out there.
Nice.
With Joel Gossett and him work together.
Oh, you guys are like the A team, man. You guys are the cream of the crop here that I'm talking to.
Dude, we literally just recruited Danny Pessy into our downline.
What? I saw him doing training stuff, man. That's incredible, brother. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. So
what's your mindset like? Because I'm in Powur and everything. Like, what are your mindset? Like, what do you guys see as Powur? Like, is it like an ecosystem? Like, oh, you're not in my team, therefore, like, we shouldn't connect? Or because I saw some people like that in Powur.
It's a rising tide raises all ships. So
yeah.
It's like, and everyone's different, obviously. You can be a silo if you want to, but like with the Go Green stuff, like I've facilitated trainings that are platform wide, that anybody can attend.
Wow.
And so it's completely transparent, like, tons of free value. value if you're willing to like look for it, right?
Are you guys open to
And,
like we definitely got to like set up some appointment and create some content and everything, but let me know if you guys are open, because I'd love to work with you guys somehow, man, because I am just getting back to focus here, and my goal is $300 a day. I have this massive list, so like I'm down to part. I don't know if that's something that you guys are like, how I can help you guys most, because like what I like is to
Yeah.
help people out where it's like a win-win thing, because I think that when I provide value and stuff, I mean, I think that's the best possible way to really build connections, pretty much. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
what do
that's
you
really
guys
how we do
need?
it. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
with our platform, it's everybody's winning at some level, and it's just how would we do that? We
Yeah.
should definitely let's schedule a call with like myself and Matt Crowther, my business partner.
awesome.
I'll send you a Calendly link, and then I'll make sure he's available at that time, and we can three of us sync up. And I think you're really gonna find a lot of alignment with him as well.
Wow.
And me and him make a lot of our decisions together of
Okay.
kind of what that could look like and how we work.
Okay.
But he's a really cool dude, man. I'll send you
Yeah, please
I'll
do.
send you the recent podcast that we did with Brunasso in Mexico. We were in Tulum, and we've got this vision to actually have, and we're going to be launching it in the first week of January.
Wow.
It's called you're one of the first to hear it.
Wow.
It's called the Powur Enterprise Leadership Summit in Tulum 2026.
Wow, bro.
So we have this retreat center that Matt and myself and JB and a few others have invested in.
Yeah.
And it's an investment property, and we call it a property with purpose.
Yeah.
And the purpose of these properties is to facilitate, deep transformational personal growth type stuff, right? So we did some of that when we were in Tulum.
Wow.
We shot this podcast. We shared some of the vision.
Yes.
We literally just released the podcast yesterday. That's why I was like, did you watch that one, or what did you
That's crazy. No, yeah, it was the ambassador training, and I think you shared your phone number. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'll send him a text. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know.
So I appreciate you taking the initiative to reach out, man. It's good to connect. Let me actually Let me give you my personal cell phone number.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's 909.
Actually, do this. Shoot me a text real quick with it, because I am, and this is a super random thing, because I don't want you to shoot your personal number, because I am live transmitting. It's more for like 2 sales reps that I have, because they feel like it's more motivating if I'm literally just recording myself making calls while they're doing it. So, but I'm not even like, I'm not even and that was another thing, like, like those, this is a random thing, those YouTube videos where people are like recording themselves, like those wholesaling videos and stuff, like, which is kind of funny actually, like how you see those door knockers and wholesalers like recording conversations and stuff. So I had that idea.
You're kind of breaking up. I can't really hear you that well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it is oscillating a little bit. Yeah, can you hear me now? I don't know if it's the.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
I don't know if it's the internet.
Hey, Eric, sorry, you were breaking up there. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's oscillating a little bit. So my idea was basically start recording like YouTube transmissions, and I'm not like, it's a brand new YouTube channel. It doesn't have anything and everything, and I'm not with my leads, but it was more to motivate myself and the other, like, I only have like 3 people at this moment, because I did kind of get scammed with a solar installer who used to do installs for Powur, and they're owing me like over $50-something thousand. So, and and that I'll share with you my story later, but it's all good. So like, I'm doing this for myself, like a way that I found a way to motivate myself, because I'm actually not even in the US currently. I'm from Orlando. Actually, I was born in California, San Bernardino.
I live in Rancho Cucamonga.
Nice. So I'm actually, at the moment in Brazil, and in a beautiful island. You guys should visit someday. It's like one of the most beautiful island beaches in the world, and it's the safe part of Brazil. There's actually a lot of Americans and Germans and stuff that go here all the time. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of gringos here. It's like a gringo spot that I'm at. But and so Yeah, it's really nice. And right now it's summer, so dude, I just took my son, I have a 4-year-old, took him to the beach today. It looks like the freaking Caribbean, like super warm water. It's great. It's beautiful.
I would say my company's brand is Go Green. You know, if you say it backwards, it's Green Go. You know.
Oh, that is so true. So like I'm getting so basically this, man. Like I've got like just summarizing my story. So I did that 7-day fast. And God literally allowed me to have like one of the most massive losses because he was telling me like financial loss because he was telling me as long as you had some money in that stupid portfolio, you'd still be addicted looking 7-8 hours a day, looking at charts and technical analysis and watching these stupid YouTube videos and on X retweeting stupid coins.
And you're not providing any service or value.
You're not helping anyone. Like, who cares? Like, okay, you know, God makes me a millionaire with some meme coin or something stupid. Like, who are you gonna help? You know, you're probably gonna lose yourself again. So it was so funny because it was after the 7-day fast. He was like, all right, you're done. He wiped it all out. Because I was praying, God, give me more discernment. I want more intimacy with you. I want to get closer to you. I want to eliminate all the distractions. But please, if possible, just give me my 50K back. It was worth like November 8th. Can you do that? I promise I'll be trading forever. Literally after the 7-day fast, selling liquids, boom. Like the 50K became like $240. Like, oh, that's great. Hallelujah.
Wow.
But it is wild. But it's weird. I love these crazy stories because it was the only way I was going to get free from this. You know, have you heard that expression like the only way you can overcome an addiction or something crazy is if you have like a really painful experience?
Oh yeah.
So,
And usually it's like Jim Rohn says, there's 2 ways people change: inspiration or desperation. You know.
there you go. And God chose desperation after the 7-day fast. So I'm happy.
There you go, man.
I'm happy because like now it's like I feel free. Like the chains were broken. Like I'm no longer in prison because it's horrible. I don't know if you personally know someone who was addicted to crypto or gambling or stocks or whatever.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I mean, I'm in sales, and I know some of the top sales people, even just in our industry, and a lot of them have, you know, crippling addictions, and
Really?
you know, they'll go out and perform crazy and do insane feats. Like I had one guy who recently broke the record at Powur. I was sitting with Jonathan Bud at a dinner with like the top leaders a couple weeks ago at Carlsbad.
Yeah.
And we're talking, and I'm like, hey, we just took you this deal. Can you look it up? Like, is this a record? Just wait, what? I don't even remember seeing it. He pulled up his like whatever executive spreadsheet thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think that is. Let me look into it. So he announced
Wow.
at the Powur Masterclass that they just had that my seller in Fort Lauderdale broke the record for the largest single commission paid out ever on one job. And
How much was it? Like 40K?
It was $57,000 commission on one deal.
Powur? Residential?
And residential, yeah.
Wow.
So it was a 20,000 square foot mansion. We did a 60 kW system with 4 Tesla Powerwall.
What?
And it
was cash, right? This had to be cash, bro.
Yeah,
it was cash. It was cash.
We
Yeah.
sold the cash deal at $232,000, and the margin was like $85,000 margin.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's so. Tell me about him. So and basically he was also addicted to something like gambling.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to I don't share his stuff. I'm trying to work with him on like, we need to get some help, brother. Like we need to do this and that. You guys are the set of stuff, and we don't got issues and stuff. But I find that generally, that's not always true, but generally I find some of the most talented and high performing people have some of the most, you know, demons.
Wow.
You know?
It makes me feel. Thank you for sharing that because it actually makes me feel a little bit better about myself. And hey, man, if it's the top producers that have those addictions, I guess I'm a top producer. I just have to overcome this last side. But
it's also noble to overcome those things. There's a lot of power in that too. I think you can be a top performer and be like Jonathan Bernasco. I've spent a lot of time with him. I've known him for years, and for years he's been an extremely high integrity, high character person. I would say one of the highest character people I know, and he's also really successful. You know, so
wow.
it's not always like that, but